neighbor. Yay! We're gonna talk about our obvious
like differences or
Yes.
similarities.
And it's obvious that we look totally different. And what are the normal assumptions that people have from just looking at you?
People assume a lot that I just like love pain. Like, I guess that's the only logical reason that somebody could come up with why I would repeatedly like shove needles through my face. Like, also that I am like really like wild and like always partying, or like people assume that I am like really into like drugs and just totally like crazy stuff, which is like absolutely not true at all.
No. My first impression of you was like, for some reason, I just looked at her and I was like, she listens to hardcore rock, and how am I gonna survive in this apartment? But mind you, she is very calm, doesn't listen to rock. What was your first impression when you saw me?
I feel like the first thing I thought was that you would be scared of me. Like, the first time I knocked on your door, and you opened it, I was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna be like so scared. Yeah, like I was thinking like you wouldn't even open the door because there's like some crazy weirdo like alien standing at your door. Like, you would be too scared to even open the door and talk to me. But like, it was like, I don't know, it was really weird how quickly we kind of like clicked, you know, like, like we just like started talking right away. Like, the first time we were there for like so long, just, oh my gosh. Remember when we were standing there, the door was open, and like this bee, because it's like sometimes bee just like flew in like this, and we were both like,
yeah, that was our first similarity.
Like, exactly
both
the same reaction.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, I think I got your mail, you know, is this your mail? And I was like, yeah, it's from my husband, thank you so much for bringing it up to me. And then, I don't know if it was weird for you, but I was like, do you want to have a tea with me?
It was like, yeah, it was like shocking because you were like going out of your way to like invite me to do something nice, you know, to like chat and get to know each other. And like most people wouldn't like I said, I was expecting you to like not even open the door to me. Like, that's the kind of reaction that I'm used to. But when you were like so like warm and welcoming, it was like I think both of us were not, like we weren't expecting what we got.
She personally didn't like tea. Do you like tea now?
Oh my goodness. I always thought I don't like tea, but it turns out I don't like the way Americans drink tea. Like, they just, you know, put hot water in a tea bag and like that's it. No, the Somali tea, like, oh my goodness gracious, it's so good. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm a better person.
Oh my god, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like I also let my guard down. So we can be totally different, but at the same time connect. And that is the main thing that we want to, like, share.
To convey, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have to be like other people to fit in. You don't have to go out of your way to look like a certain person to feel a whole person. And you are good the way you are, basically.
We are all people, you know, like, she's someone's daughter, someone's mother, you know, someone's sister or wife, same as me, you know, someone's daughter. I have parents and children just like she does. We're all going through the same things, you know. Like, once you see people as human beings rather than, you know, just like a faceless niqabi, yeah, or, you know, me just some weirdo with a bunch of metal in my face, you know, it really opens a doorway to, you know, communication and learning experiences. And I feel like, I mean, that's kind of what life is all about, you know, is going out there and learning and growing as a person. And I think if anybody were to take that message away from this video, we're completely different, yet we're all in the same garden. Yeah. And it would be so boring if there was just, you know, all the same kind of flower. No, it's the variety that makes the garden beautiful. You know,
and that's what we're trying to like share. We want people to know that it's okay to be who you are. You don't have to change your values, your dress code to fit in. You don't have to change yourself to be accepted in any society or community, for that matter. People will look at me and say she's not only Muslim, but she's also black, you know?
How can something as like harmless and, you know, beautiful as the niqab be so threatening, you know, to some people?
I mean, it's portrayed like that.
Yeah, so that's really, like, it's a shame.
It's not only niqab. Some girls that have wearing, like,
just the scarf,
the hijab, have been jumped. And some men have followed them,
like, tear
and
the scarf
snatched
off.
their, and I'm like, that is really scary, you know?
I've had, like, I've been walking and I've had people throw rocks at me. I've had people, like, throw, like, a raw egg at the back of my head. Like, I'm minding my own business, not hurting anyone, not doing anything, but people didn't like my appearance, and they're actively being aggressive towards me.
I remember one time I was in the bus, and there was this woman, she was looking at me and she was like, "You're from the ape country. Why don't you go back to ape country?"
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what? You know, I could, like, what did you say? And she said, "You little monkey, I want you to go back to your ape country." And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
You know, I didn't know if I should laugh or cry or, you know, yell back at her. And I was just shocked because I've never heard anything like that before.
Oh my God.
And I was like, wow. And there was one incident where there was a man, I accidentally, like, pushed over some stuff at the pharmacy. And he was like, "Could you pick that up?" And looking at me, you know, like, angry. And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Do you hear me? Are you deaf?"
Well, just, like,
Okay,
looking
he's
for a
assumed
problem.
basically that this is making me deaf.
It's just, like, baffling how ignorant some people can be. And, like, you know, like you mentioned, wearing the hijab and then kind of, like, working your way up to the niqab. Like, I mean, I didn't start out with 30 piercings in my face. Like, I started with one little piercing in my lip, and then I worked my way up to being comfortable where I am now. You know, like, you really have to be confident in yourself. You know, you have to love yourself the way you are.
Accept yourself.
Yeah. And really choose your appearance or, you know, your lifestyle for you, and choose what's right for you, regardless of what other people are going to say, regardless of any backlash that you might face. If you feel like it's a good choice for you, then you need to be brave, be strong, and
Stick to
stand
it.
by it. Yeah.
First time I met your father, also, I remember him saying that I was the first Muslim that he met. And he's how old?
76.
76 years old. And I was the first Muslim that he met.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, if I remember correctly, he was kind of questioning our friendship.
Yeah.
But then, mind you, a little bit after when I met him, he was always asking, like,
Yeah. He does it all the time. He's like, oh, have you heard from Honey lately? Or like, oh, did you hang out with her? Like, oh, did you guys have fun? You know, like.
yeah, from like questioning our friendship. Yeah.
You know, like, how could you two have anything in common? Now he's like, oh, you know, it's obvious that you guys are friends. You know, you have so much in common. You know, I'm glad that you're spending time together, you know, looking after each other.
He's a great example of it's never too late, you know, accepting people.
Yeah. You know, getting the letter in the wrong box has transformed so many people for the better, you know, like.
Yeah. When you're talking to me, do you see the niqab or do you see Honey? You know?
We see each other as friends rather than like piercings and niqab. Like,
Does it feel weird for you to walk outside with me
No.
when I'm dressing like this?
no. If anything, I feel kind of excited because, like this video, if people see me looking the way I do and you looking the way you do, and they see us together. They don't even have to talk to us to see, oh, they look so different and they're friends, they're getting along fine, they're laughing, you know, they're having fun, their kids are playing together, you know. Even if they don't speak to us, that still leaves that image in their mind that two totally different, you know, types of people or whatever can come together with a common love, common bond. And I think that's really a good opportunity.
Yeah. You can be totally different and come together and smile. And she doesn't have to see my smile to know that I'm smiling. She knows when I'm smiling.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have anything else that we can bring up, let us know. And we'll see you guys. Thank you.
Bye.